So those who adapt succeed. Little adaptations that we've made that have had a massive impact in our business, and guess what? We're gonna keep adapting, we're gonna keep changing, because that's what makes you grow. This vlog series is gonna continue for the entire year. We're gonna be profiling members of the community in different aspects of their life. This month is strictly about adaptation.
Hey, I'm Nathan Smith. I'm from Prime Real Estate Brokerage, and I'm here today to showcase one of the developments that we have here in Port Stanley, Port Landings, and that's built by Domus. I want to talk a little bit about one of the hot spots here on Main Street, and it's Art and Soul Cafe. Much like every small business right now, they're having to adapt with the times. Now, they've done a really good job of manipulating the floor plan, making sure that the coming and going traffic is socially distanced properly. They have masks available, they have shields in place, they've done an amazing job. Much like small businesses, a real estate brokerage and everyone involved has to adapt too. I'm going to show you a little bit about the development and how we're working with that right now. So this is an exclusive sneak peek. We're not even supposed to show you this, guys, but I wanted to show you the quality that Domus builds and what they do in these homes. All the finishes are high-end. So we've got quartz countertops, all hard surfaces. In the bedrooms, in the basement, we have luxury carpet, engineered hardwood throughout, along with large format tile in all the wet areas. So this is Port Landings. Now, much like the small businesses, we've had to adapt. We've had to shift our focus into our media and marketing. So providing high-end renderings to help people see the quality of the project they're buying into, along with virtual walkthroughs to help people see layouts. But beyond that, you're not just buying a luxury home or a luxury condo, you're buying into a lifestyle.
So, how are we looking for the Surhant meeting? Sure. Oh, Blue Point.
We're looking good.
Yeah? Okay. Where are we at with sales?
22.
Holy moly. 22. Rena, are we good for leads on Blue Point? Like, did you do that update as well?
So before we would have lots of people come into the office, we do a lot of face-to-face meetings, but we can't do that now. So we're moving everything virtual, Zoom meetings, phone calls, emails, texts, every different way that we can be out there with people. We're trying to, we've really amped up how much marketing we're doing as well as the quality of our marketing. We're putting a lot more effort into really being able to show people what the houses look like before they even get there to see them, and just trying to really deliver to people everything they need before they actually get to the house to try to limit those contact points to keep everyone safe.
So if the conversation's around like Londoners adapting to today's marketplace, that's a pretty easy conversation. Because 2015 to 2016 was when the transition started happening, right? I remember I was speaking on stage with Scott and all those guys about London, and I'd go to the conferences and I would say, who here knows London? And like a room of 500 people, there'd be like 10 hands go up. Right? And I'd make a joke about, our price points and everything else. We go from there. I think our average price was like $275 back then. Yeah. Then 2017 came and the GTA effect happened, and the local London people had a really hard time adapting to the out-of-towners coming in and saying, in Lambeth, the place that we thought was worth 700 was worth 900. And I remember there was this like transition time where it went from 900 to just over $1 million. And there was two properties, I think it was 18 Kirk, and we did 2 deals in that area where our buyers got in at like the 7 to 9 range. The one sold at 1.15, and I remember we had an offer on it with a client, and it was a Londoner, and they were like, there's no way that place is worth over 975. I was like, I don't know, like it looks like $1 million property to me, and the out-of-town buyers are probably gonna say that, but you're right, the comps dictate that, so here's our max, right? They didn't get that property. We ended up finding a better one for them, which was a way better fit, but that property sold for 1.15. So the local people said, well, it's not worth that, and they couldn't adapt. The out-of-towners came in and set the bar. The funny thing about real estate is once you set a sales price, that's the new comp. Yeah. Prices don't typically regress, right? So if one of those condos sells for $800,000 tomorrow, the next one that's just like that, that's the new comp, right? I think we're going through a period right now where buyers are starting to see that, yeah, despite what they may think, what's happening is it's a supply and demand issue. So they're coming in and paying the prices. Let's talk about the ones we did in West London. We don't have to talk about specifics, but like when we listed those, dollar per square foot, there were some cheaper builds that were well under 300.
Yeah.
And we came in and we wanted to raise that dollar per square foot because we were going to put a better quality product. Like we looked at it conservatively, but I mean, it was pretty wild to see those buyers adapt to that product, right?
We did that, and we did the comps, and we came in a little bit higher and aggressive, and you know what, like, they expected it, like, almost like the buyers had no issues with it, to be honest with you, because they knew what they were getting at that price point and for the quality that we were delivering, right? So,
Yeah. The ones that did those deals too, they clearly just came in and saw there was no inventory, right? So they came in and did those prices. Sellers' remorse is a funny thing too, because I think sellers always have a hard time looking at comps and thinking, could I have gotten more?
Yeah.
I just saw a case where a seller, literally, I think they just see where the market's gone since they wrote a firm deal and they start increasing the price. And the buyers are like, well, if the market went the other way, would you reduce the price? Right? So how do you adjust in a marketplace where every seller and every buyer, me included, I've always thought, well, I could have got more if I waited, or maybe I got less than I could have because I accepted the first offer. But you never really know, right?
It's that crystal ball effect. Nobody has one, so.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna have, whenever the deal's done, you're always gonna think, whether you're on the buy or sell side, you're always gonna think, did I get a good deal, did I not get a good deal?
Yeah.
So we're out in Kilworth checking out some of our new developments going on right now. We're working with an unbelievable builder who does top shelf product. And just to chat a little bit about how COVID has really impacted new construction sales, it's completely changed how we go about selling. Usually you would get a model home up first, probably have a sales center out of that model home so people can come in, look at the finishes, and actually kind of envision what the home is going to be like. With COVID, obviously we can't do that. So we've been completely selling out all of these developments right off the plans. Now we're of course partnering with our design team, with the builders, and being able to kind of show some of the finishes and some of the selections, but it's definitely different than them being able to walk through a completely built home. So this is actually a perfect example of what we just talked about. We worked with a builder called Red Brick Homes, and they built these two homes right behind me. And what we did for our buyers is we took them through the entire digital rendering process. So we had digital photos of what these homes were gonna look like on the inside and the outside so that they could walk through them without actually seeing the houses.
So tell me that didn't make an impact. Each one of those people inspires me to be better and look at how I'm doing things and look at my system and put my ego aside. If you're following us on our social channels, you're hanging out with me in Clubhouse, whatever, you get me direct. I'm happy to connect with you there. And I'm gonna show you next month how I'm the least busy person you've ever met. One of the most consistent conversations I get from people because they're watching stuff like this is, how is this dude everywhere? I'm gonna let you in behind the scenes and showcase to you exactly how I do it and why I'm able to respond to clients faster than anybody in the game. Thank you so much. I'm absolutely pumped about this year's series. The production team behind it, they'll be involved as well, and especially you. I need your feedback. I need your air. Smash that like button, comment, DM me, and we'll get connected for sure.